Hi everyone and welcome to week 5. So similar to last week, we have a full slate of assignments, so I'll go through and show you what's all involved for this week and then also make some recommendations on how to tackle your assignments throughout the week. So very similar to the last few weeks, I would recommend starting with your Revel reading. We're reading chapter 5, which is on sensation and perception. It's one of my personal favorite chapters. I think it's really interesting and I hope you find it fairly entertaining. So start with your Revel reading and your Revel quiz on Monday or Tuesday. Please also engage with the discussion board early on in the week. It's a fairly simple question. I'm just asking each of you to think of an example of inattentional blindness from your everyday life and then share it with your discussion group. So try to do that early in the week so that there's time for people to comment and ask questions and share thoughts on the examples that you come up with. So once you do that, more towards midweek, go in and look at the PowerPoint slides. So I put the document here, and then the videos are broken into 3. As I talked about in the first video, I really focused on more the perception end of the process. So sensation is certainly an important component, but it is much more just kind of the anatomy of the different sensory organs and the process of the sensory information coming in. So make sure you look at that in your book. And then in the PowerPoint video, I focused more on perception and interesting examples of perception. So again, kind of similar to the last few weeks, my PowerPoint is meant to be more kind of complementary, not a standalone presentation of the material. So definitely look at the PowerPoint slides and videos midweek, and then once you're done with that, take a crack at the class assignment. So similar to the last couple times, make sure you're opening and then saving it as a Word doc. It's just a few questions about sensation and perception. So for this first one, I'm asking you to find any optical illusion you want on the internet, and then either like copy paste or screenshot that and paste it into your assignment right here. And then just tell me, using the principles from chapter 5, how you think that illusion works. The next 2 questions focus on the Gestalt principles from chapter 5. So there's a figure here, and then there's 2 kind of blocks of figures down here. And so what I'm asking you to do is explain, using the Gestalt principles, how those objects or figures are perceived. And then the last thing is asking you to talk about the psychological factors that impact how we perceive, and then provide an example from your own life or just an example you can think of relevant to each of those factors. Okay, so relatively straightforward and simple. Make sure you upload it. Again, there's a submit button up here on the student version of Canvas. And then once you're done submitting it, you can look at the correct answers. Then towards the end of the week, again, make sure you're engaging with the discussion board again. And then there is a timed quiz. It's the standard 10 questions, 15 minutes. And again, make sure you're reading your Revel reading before you do that, because there might be some questions that I don't explicitly cover in the PowerPoints. It can cover anything in chapter 5. So make sure you're ready for that before you start your timed quiz. So all of this is due September 27th by 8 p.m. And at that time, Module 6 will also unlock, and Module 6 is on consciousness and sleep. So make sure you get all your assignments in. Let me know if you have questions, and I hope everybody's doing well.